My dear child, hear my voice as I whisper into the depths of your heart. I have watched you since the moment you drew your first breath, and I have loved you with a love that spans eternity. I see your struggles, the silent battles you wage in the darkness, when no one else can see your tears. I feel the weight of your doubts, the questions that keep you awake, searching for an answer that seems to be just beyond your grasp. Yet know this, I'm not far off in some distant realm oblivious to your pain. I'm as close as the air that surrounds you, nearer than your own heartbeat. I invite you, even now, to place your burdens in my hands. Surrender every worry, every concern for your future, every fear that casts shadows across your mind. Allow me to be your refuge, your sanctuary, your steady ground when the storms of life seem overwhelming. I have never asked you to journey alone. I stand ready to guide you, comfort you, and fill you with hope that transcends every earthly sorrow. I want you to remember that my love knows no boundaries, no limitations imposed by your past or your perceived inadequacies. Perhaps you have felt disqualified, convinced that your failings are too significant or your missteps too frequent. But I am the God who mends broken hearts and restores shattered dreams. I do not look upon you with condemnation. I extend mercy day after day because mercy is woven into my very being. Do not keep your distance out of shame or guilt, for I, who formed you in the secret place, already knew every flaw you would ever possess, every weak moment you would endure, and every mistake you would make. Still, I chose to breathe my life into you. In your moments of weakness, I desire to show myself strong. In your times of despair, I want to reveal the depth of my comfort. Rest in me. Let your anxieties melt in the warmth of my embrace, for I take no pleasure in seeing you bowed low by the burdens of this world. Open the eyes of your spirit and realize that I am the one who makes a way where none can be found. When you stand before seemingly insurmountable mountains, remember that you are not meant to climb them by your own strength. Call upon me, for I can level even the highest peak if it stands between you and the purpose for which I have destined you. There is nothing beyond my reach, no situation too complicated for my wisdom, no night too dark for my light to illuminate. I see the longing in your soul for a life of meaning, a life infused with purpose rather than emptiness. I place that longing within you so you would seek me. I am the source of every good gift, and I delight in giving you more than you ever dared to hope for. But I also long for you to stay close to me, not only in moments of desperation but in every season of your life. Let me walk with you through the ordinary routines and the extraordinary challenges. Let me be the voice that speaks truth when the world shouts confusion. Let me show you how your soul can find rest in the midst of chaos. Even now, as your heart beats within your chest, I am pouring out my spirit upon you, stirring a fresh desire for holiness, for a closeness to me that surpasses any other relationship. This is not a demand born of harsh judgment. It is an invitation birthed from my everlasting love. Holiness is not a rigid cage meant to suffocate your spirit. It is a freeing path that removes every obstacle between your heart and mine. When you stumble, I do not point my finger in accusation. I extend my hand to lift you up. When you feel the weight of the world on your shoulders, I come to carry it with you. And when you think you cannot possibly stand another day, I provide the strength that transcends your human limitations. Trust me, dear one, for I created you with intention and precision. You are not an accident, nor are you insignificant. From the foundations of the earth, I have been weaving together a plan for your life, a tapestry of grace and redemption that tells your story alongside mine. I know that sometimes you feel alone in a crowd, misunderstood even by those you love the most. I know there are days when you question if anyone truly sees the real you. Let me assure you, I see you, clearly and tenderly. Every facet of who you are is laid bare before me, and I do not turn away. My heart aches with compassion for the silent struggles you endure. I am acquainted with the secret battles you fight, the battles of the mind, where discouragement tries to take hold, or the battles of the will, where you wrestle with decisions that threaten your peace. You do not face these alone. Call upon my name, for I am the light that dissolves darkness, the voice that breaks the grip of despair. Come to me without pretense or fear. Speak to me as you would confide in a dearest friend, for that is who I long to be in your life. I will meet you right where you stand, even if that place feels like the lowest valley. From there, I will lead you to green pastures, to places of rest and safety because I care for you. Some days you may see others around you celebrating successes or receiving blessings you have longed for, and envy or frustration may stir in your soul. You might wonder why you have been overlooked or question if I have forgotten you. My child, I have not forgotten. I am working even when you cannot see it. My ways are higher than yours, and my timing is perfect. Though it may not always align with your expectations, I ask you to trust that I am weaving together every thread of your journey, including the threads of waiting and disappointment. In my grand design, nothing is wasted. Not your tears, not your hopes, not even the times you feel you have failed. All can be redeemed when placed in my hands. I know that waiting can be painful. It can challenge your faith and test your resolve. Yet it is often in the wait that I shape your character, preparing you for the gifts and responsibilities I have planned for you. When you embrace the process with a heart open to my guidance, you will discover hidden reserves of perseverance and maturity growing within you. Consider too the power of forgiveness. This world is full of wounds, some inflicted on you by others, some inflicted on yourself by regret or guilt. I see how these wounds can fester and become chains that keep you from stepping into the future I have for you. But forgiveness is the key that unlocks the door to freedom. It is not always easy. It can feel like letting go of a debt that has cost you dearly. Yet when you forgive, you release the poison of bitterness that seeks to destroy you from the inside. And when you ask forgiveness of me, I do not hesitate. I cleanse your soul, removing the stains of sin and shame. Through the power of the sacrifice I have made for you, you stand blameless before me. Let that sink into your heart. Your past mistakes do not define your worth. My love defines you, and I call you precious. My desire is not to condemn you, but to see you whole, flourishing, and set free from every chain that tries to hold you back. You may feel that your faith is small, like a tiny seed hidden in the soil, but even that little seed holds vast potential when nurtured in the right environment. If you are willing, I will water that seed with my word, shining the light of my truth upon it, so it can grow into something mighty. Do not despise the day of small beginnings. Each prayer you utter, each step of obedience you take, every moment you choose trust over doubt, it all matters. Faith is a living thing, and with each act of surrender, it grows. Soon, you will find yourself standing stronger, able to weather storms that once would have defeated you. Let me remind you that your life is a vessel I wish to fill with my glory. As you open yourself more and more to my presence, your life becomes a testimony of hope and love to those around you. It is through lives transformed and hearts softened that my light shines into the darkest corners of this world. Lift up your eyes and see the wonders I have made. The heavens declare my majesty, the earth displays my creativity, and yet none of this compares to the delight I take in you. You are not merely a part of creation, you are the one I formed in my own image. Even the hairs on your head are numbered. Do you see how intimately I know you? How deeply I cherish you? Come into alignment with this truth because it has the power to change the way you see everything. When you live from a place of knowing you are loved, truly, unconditionally loved, the fears that once gripped you lose their hold. You become free to walk confidently, to risk loving others without fear of rejection, to step into new horizons without the dread of failure, because you rest in my acceptance. This is the abundant life I desire for you, not one ruled by anxiety or consumed by worries. I yearn to be your peace in the midst of any storm. I ask you not to be overly fixated on the achievements and accolades the world says you need. You were not created to chase a never-ending list of demands that leave you exhausted and empty. Come to me for rest, for I am the giver of true rest for your soul. Let me quiet the noise that clamors for your attention and draw you into the stillness of my presence. In that stillness, your spirit can breathe freely, and the reality of my nearness will become clear. There is beauty in simplicity and power in the gentle rhythms of grace that I offer. Your value is not determined by how much you accomplish in a day. It is determined by my love for you, which is unwavering. By letting go of the frantic race to prove your worth, you will find space to hear my gentle leading. I do not shout over the chaos. I speak in a still, small voice that resonates with peace and clarity. Listen to that voice, and you will find the way forward. When you encounter pain, heartbreak, or disappointment, those moments when you feel you cannot continue, remember that I am the God of resurrection power. I bring life where death seems to reign. I resurrect hopes and renew strength. Do not resign yourself to the finality of defeat, for with me there is always another chapter waiting to be written. Allow me into your pain. I will comfort you, bring healing to your brokenness, and craft a new story where once there was only the echo of loss. Sometimes the road to healing may be longer than you desire, but do not lose heart. Each tear you shed is seen, each cry for help is heard, and each trembling prayer for deliverance reaches my heart. I am near to the broken-hearted, and I save those crushed in spirit. Even if you cannot see the path ahead, hold on to my hand, for I will never fail you nor abandon you. Seek me daily, not as an obligation, but as a privilege. In the quiet moments of prayer, in the heartfelt expression of worship, you draw near to my heart. I will speak to you, guide you, and reveal my intentions for your life. As you immerse yourself in my truth, your eyes will open to see that there is more to reality than what your physical senses perceive. You will understand that the battles you face are not solely in the material realm. Yet take courage, for I have overcome every obstacle, every power, every force that could stand against you. My victory is your victory when you abide in me. Stay connected, like a branch to the vine, and you will bear abundant fruit in due season. Let your lips offer gratitude, for gratitude transforms the lens through which you view your circumstances. When you cultivate a thankful heart, you create an environment where faith can flourish. Your words hold creative power, reflecting the truth that you are made in my image. Speak life over your situation, speak hope over your future, and speak blessing over those around you, even those who have wronged you. Yes, bless your enemies, and in so doing, break the cycle of hatred that seeks to consume hearts. Love is the greatest force in the universe, for I am love. When love is your motivation, you mirror my character, and the world around you cannot remain unchanged. If you have grown weary of empty pursuits or found yourself trapped by addictive behaviors, know that I offer you a way out. You are not destined to remain a prisoner of guilt or shame. Your identity is not chained to your past actions. I can bring forth rivers in the desert of your despair, turning barren ground into fertile soil. Run to me and I will not turn you away. My arms remain open, ready to embrace you, to clean you of every stain, and to set you on a path of restoration. My grace is sufficient and my power is made perfect in your weakness. Whether your weakness is physical, emotional, or spiritual, I stand strong on your behalf. When you take even the tiniest step of faith toward me, I rush forward to meet you in mercy. You do not have to fix yourself before you come. I am the one who does the healing, the mending, the transforming of your heart and mind. Just say yes to my invitation and watch as my spirit works from the inside out. There is a reason you are hearing these words right now. There is a divine appointment taking place in the realm of your heart. The restlessness you feel is a prompting, a calling to go deeper, to experience me in a way you have not yet imagined. Do not be afraid of drawing near. I will not harm you. I will not scorn you. I will fill you with a peace that surpasses human understanding, a peace capable of stilling the raging storms within your mind. I will fill you with a joy that is not dependent on external circumstances, a joy that is rooted in my unchanging nature. This joy will give you the resilience to persevere when life feels insurmountable, and the capacity to extend compassion to others in need. Let this moment mark a turning point, a sacred juncture where you decide to trust me wholeheartedly, even if you have been disappointed or hurt in the past. Place your cares upon me, for I care for you more than you will ever comprehend. In this world, you will face trouble. This is not a promise of a life free from challenge or sorrow. But take heart, for I have overcome the world, and in me you too shall overcome. Cling to that promise as an anchor when the winds of adversity blow fiercely. Let my words resonate in your spirit. Nothing can separate you from my love, neither height nor depth, neither death nor life, nor any power in creation can remove you from the shelter of my embrace when you choose to remain in me. Hold on to that truth, for in a world that can be unpredictable and harsh, it is your steady foundation. Whenever doubt comes to rattle your faith, recall the times I have been faithful in the past. Feed on those memories of deliverance and provision, for they are testimonies that I never fail in keeping my promises. Even as I speak, I'm sending my light into the corners of your mind where fear might have taken root. I'm exposing the lies that have told you that you are alone, unworthy, or incapable of change. Those lies have no place in the truth of who you are. You are my child, and I do not speak lies over you. If you listen, you will hear me whisper your true identity, beloved, cherished, redeemed, and equipped. Yes, equipped for every good work I have prepared in advance for you to do. Understand that I have already placed within you the gifts and talents needed to fulfill your calling. Do not shrink back in insecurity, worried that you lack what is necessary. Whenever you feel ill-equipped, lean on me, and I will supply all you need. Let this become a partnership of grace, my strength working through your willingness to trust me. Your limitations are not a barrier to me, for I specialize in doing extraordinary things through ordinary people who yield themselves to my purpose. If your heart aches with regrets and if your mind replays old mistakes over and over, it is time to break free. When I have forgiven you, I do not hold your sins against you. Let this truth sink in and liberate you from the endless cycle of self-condemnation. Learn from your errors, yes, but do not chain yourself to them. Embrace the freedom of a fresh start, for my mercies are new every morning. Each day brings another chance to walk in alignment with me, to choose life, to choose love, and to choose faith over fear. I do not keep a ledger of your failures. I look upon you through eyes of compassion, longing to see you step into the fullness of who I created you to be. When memories of past wounds resurface, place them at my feet. Let me transform your pain into wisdom, your hurt into empathy, and your disappointments into hope for others who are struggling along a similar path. This is how your life becomes a testimony of my grace. What once threatened to destroy you can be the very platform from which you declare that I am good, that I am faithful, and that I am the one who rescues and restores. Prepare your heart to receive new revelations of my presence in your everyday routines. You do not need to wait for extraordinary signs to know that I am with you. I am there in the quiet morning, in the laughter shared with loved ones, in the kindness offered by a stranger. Learn to see me in the simplest of moments, where I inhabit the praises of my people and delight in the sincerity of a humble heart. When you remain alert and watchful, you will begin to notice the countless ways I speak to you through nature, through situations, and even through the gentle promptings in your spirit. An open heart can hear my whispers amid the clamor of life. Train your spirit to recognize my voice, and you will never be without guidance or comfort. Indeed, I am the lamp to your feet and the light to your path, ready to illuminate each step as you trust in me. As you grow in faith, expect opposition. The darkness often rages when confronted by the light. Yet do not fear the trials, for they will refine you like gold tested by fire. Let perseverance finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, lacking nothing. In trials, cling to the truth I have planted in you. Do not be swayed by what your eyes see or your emotions feel if they contradict my promises. Choose to trust in the depths of my unchanging character, and you will stand firm when others falter. This is not a journey you must undertake on your own. Seek out those who walk in my truth, share your burdens, and support one another in prayer and encouragement. Where 2 or 3 gather in my name, I am there among them. Community is a precious gift, a reminder that you were never meant to carry life's challenges in isolation. I know the deepest desires of your heart, those longings you sometimes hesitate to utter aloud. I do not dismiss them. In fact, I placed many of those desires within you. When they align with my will, they will be fulfilled at the appointed time. Until then, entrust them to me, knowing that delay is not denial. Keep your hope alive and let your love abound, for love is the heartbeat of my kingdom. When you love, you reflect me, and my love transforms the hardest hearts and breaks down the highest walls. Let compassion be your banner, for compassion opens eyes and softens even the most calloused of souls. Do not underestimate the power of simple acts of kindness. They hold a miraculous ability to touch lives in ways you may never fully comprehend. Offer kindness freely, not only to those who can repay you, but to those who cannot, for in doing so, you mirror my own gracious heart. Take time each day to simply breathe in the awareness that I am with you. Let that realization sink into every fiber of your being, reminding you that you are never truly alone. If anxious thoughts swirl within you, let them be replaced by meditating on my words of life. I supply peace that transcends all understanding, a peace that guards your heart and mind when logic fails to calm your fears. Receive this peace. Let it sink down deep and soothe the restless corners of your soul. From that place of tranquility, you will be able to discern which steps to take, for I do not operate in confusion or chaos. I am a God of order and clarity, and I freely give wisdom to those who ask. Ask, and you shall receive. It is not my desire to keep you in the dark, but to shine my light upon every decision, so you may walk with confidence in the path laid before you. Even if you find yourself in a season of heavy sorrow, do not lose sight of the truth that joy still exists, and that I am able to restore it to you. This joy is not a fleeting emotion dependent on favorable circumstances, but a steadfast assurance that I hold you in my hands. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. I promise you that there will be mornings of radiant light, mornings where the burdens that once weighed you down will dissolve in the brightness of my hope. Sorrow will not last forever if you place your trust in me. Let the tears you cry water the soil of your faith, for even in pain, seeds of greater purpose can be planted. I am the gardener who tends to the fragile sprouts of faith, ensuring they grow strong and resilient over time. When the harvest of joy comes, it will be abundant, overflowing beyond your expectations. Reflect on how far you have already come. Even in moments when you did not sense my presence, I was carrying you, orchestrating circumstances to protect you, to guide you, to teach you lessons you could not have learned otherwise. I have been working behind the scenes of your life, arranging divine appointments and guarding you from unseen dangers. My angels watch over you, ministering to you in ways you might only recognize when you look back. Honor the journey we have traveled together, for it is proof of my unwavering faithfulness. Each challenge overcome stands as evidence that I am a covenant-keeping God, fulfilling the promises I have spoken over you. Let that bolster your confidence as you step into tomorrow, believing that I will continue to work all things together for the good of those who love me and are called according to my purpose. When you feel overshadowed by regrets and missed opportunities, remember that I am the God who can restore the years the locusts have eaten. I bring beauty from ashes, turning sorrow into dancing. Set your gaze forward, trusting that I can accomplish more in a moment of favor than you could strive for over many lifetimes. Keep your heart humble, for humility draws my grace to you. Pride distances you from me, because it deceives you into believing you can navigate life without my hand. Let go of pride, and let your heart stay open and moldable like clay in the hands of the potter. I will shape you into a vessel of honor, not through force, but through your yielded surrender. Submit to my loving hand, and you will find that what emerges is far more breathtaking than you could have engineered on your own. As you rise each morning, invite me into your day. Confess your dependence upon me, for I delight in walking with you through every task, every conversation, and every decision. Watch as the mundane becomes meaningful because you carry an awareness of my presence. This awareness shifts your perspective, allowing you to see opportunities for love, for kindness, for growth in every interaction. Nothing is wasted when you live in communion with me. Even your workplace can become a field where seeds of righteousness are sown, and your home can become a sanctuary where my spirit abides. Let your life be a continuous prayer, a living testimony that says, "In everything I do, I acknowledge you, and you direct my paths." Learn to rest in my sovereignty, recognizing that I am bigger than any fear, stronger than any threat, and more faithful than any human promise could ever be. There will come times of testing, times when your faith is refined as though by fire, but do not fear. Fire does not exist to destroy the precious metal, but to purify it, removing impurities so that only what is valuable remains. Your trials can serve a glorious purpose when surrendered to me. Through them, you learn resilience, compassion, and a deeper dependency on my grace. Do not judge your worth by how easily you make it through trials. Rather, measure your growth in how intimately you learn to lean on me. There is a fellowship in suffering that draws you closer to my heart, for I too know the weight of suffering. In my compassion, I will never waste a single tear you shed. At times you may find it difficult to believe that goodness and mercy will follow you all the days of your life. You see the brokenness in the world, the tragedies, the injustices. You might wonder how I can remain sovereign and still allow such pain. My child, trust that I am at work in ways both seen and unseen. My redemptive plan spans eternity, and while evil and brokenness persist for a time, they do not have the final say. I am restoring creation, one heart at a time, one life at a time. You are part of that restoration. Each time you choose kindness over indifference, mercy over judgment, and love over hate, you align with my kingdom, ushering in my will on earth as it is in heaven. Do not lose hope when you see darkness seem to prevail. My light shines brightest in the deepest night, and I have called you to be a carrier of that light, illuminating every corner where despair tries to take root. Lean into me when you feel overwhelmed. Do not let pride convince you that you must bear every burden on your shoulders. I gave you emotions, yes, but I also gave you the capacity to surrender those emotions to me, allowing me to soothe your soul and renew your strength. You do not have to present yourself as flawless before me. Come with your questions, your confusion, even your anger. My love is spacious enough to handle all you bring. There is no condemnation in this space, only an invitation to know me more deeply, to trust me more fully, and to rest more securely. Give me every fragment of your broken dreams and watch as I create a masterpiece of your life, a mosaic of my grace, shining through the cracks of your humanity. If you have allowed the voices of condemnation to drown out my voice of love, silence them now. Listen instead to the truth that I am imparting. You are more than your failures, stronger than your fears, and beloved beyond comprehension. I yearn to show you the path of righteousness, not as a list of rigid rules, but as a way to flourish in my kingdom. This path is safe, leading you away from the snares of sin that promise satisfaction, but yield emptiness and regret. Let my word be your compass. Study it, treasure it, and let it transform your thoughts. As you renew your mind with my truth, you will discover that many of the battles waged in your thoughts lose their power. You will stand on the solid ground of my promises, no longer at the mercy of every fleeting emotion or whisper of doubt. I call you to a deeper place of faith, where you pray with expectancy and praise before you see the answer. This posture of faith pleases me, for it declares that you trust my character even before the outward circumstances change. Let your prayers be bold, standing upon the knowledge that I am able and willing to intervene for your good. Yet keep your heart pliable, understanding that my answers may come in forms you do not anticipate. Sometimes I answer through unexpected doors, through adversity that shapes you, through people you least expect. Remain open, and you will recognize my hand orchestrating all things toward a divine conclusion that exceeds your imagination. Carry yourself with dignity, knowing you are royalty in my eyes, adopted into my family through the sacrifice made on your behalf. This is not a call to arrogance, but to a humble confidence that you are precious and valued beyond measure. Let no one belittle your worth or treat you as unimportant, for I have placed my seal upon you. You belong to me. Likewise, see others through the lens of that same grace. Treat them as souls that I cherish, full of potential and dignity, even if they do not yet recognize their own worth. By showing them the same mercy and kindness I have shown you, you become an agent of reconciliation, bridging the gap and extending hope where there once was despair. In moments when you feel directionless, remember that I am your shepherd, guiding you gently but firmly. I know the end from the beginning, and I know the perfect path for you to take. Wait on me. If a door closes, do not fight in frustration. Understand that I may be protecting you from something that would harm you or delay you from stepping into something greater. Trust me enough to let go of what was never meant to be yours, and trust me enough to embrace what may seem daunting when I lead you there. I stand outside of time and see the tapestry of your life in full, while you see only a single thread. Rest in the knowledge that my vantage point is complete. When you cannot trace my hand, trust my heart, for my intentions for you are always rooted in love. Learn to abide in my presence as a daily, moment-by-moment reality, not just as a fleeting experience during crisis. My presence is the wellspring of life, wisdom, and peace. Let it become second nature to turn your thoughts toward me, to sense my nearness, and to communicate with me as naturally as you breathe. The more you abide, the less you will be shaken by external circumstances, because your source of stability and joy will be internal, anchored in my spirit. You will find that abiding in me opens your eyes to the needs of others, stirring compassion in your heart. Reach out to the lonely, feed the hungry, comfort the grieving. As you do, you reflect my heart for humanity, and your own struggles find context in the greater panorama of my redemptive plan. Receive fresh hope today, for hope is the assurance that I hold your future, that good can come even from the ashes. Let hope rise within you, dispelling the clouds of despair that try to settle on your soul. This hope is not naive. It is grounded in the unshakable truth of who I am. Let it stir you to dream again, to believe again, to take steps of faith that may have once seemed too risky. Fear not failure, for even failure is a teacher when surrendered to me. Fear not rejection, for I have already accepted you. Fear not the unknown, for I dwell in your future, preparing a way before you. See, I am doing a new thing. Even now, can you not perceive it? The seeds of transformation are already planted within your spirit, ready to burst forth in due season. Nourish them with prayer, water them with trust, and shield them from the harsh winds of doubt by standing firm in my love. Hear me call you by name, for I have inscribed it in the palm of my hand. You are not just another face in the crowd. You are uniquely, wondrously made, and every detail of your being holds purpose. I yearn for a deeper intimacy with you, a communion so real that you can sense my heart beating in sync with yours. Allow me to speak life over you, to whisper secrets of my kingdom that will ignite your soul with passion for the days ahead. When you feel your flame burning low, come to me, and I will revive it with the wind of my spirit. When you feel you have no words left to pray, rest in my presence, for my spirit intercedes for you with groans beyond human language. You are never without an advocate, never without someone pleading your case before the highest throne. Child, this is your invitation to renewal. Open the door of your heart and let my light flood every hidden chamber. Release the grip of past pains, the residue of disappointment, the heaviness of unconfessed hurts. Let me wash over you with rivers of grace, cleansing and replenishing you. Surrender your plans, your need to control outcomes, your fears that paralyze you. Step into the flow of my unending love and witness how it transforms every piece of you. Embrace the truth that you are precious in my sight, worth every moment of my attention, worth the greatest sacrifice that has ever been made. Let gratitude rise from your spirit like incense, for gratitude draws you closer to my heart. Rest in this truth. Nothing can separate you from my love. Not hardship, not persecution, not your own mistakes, nor the voices that tell you you're unlovable. My love is an unbreakable bond, an everlasting covenant. Even when you feel unworthy, my love remains steadfast and unchanging. I am for you, not against you. I am the one who stands at the door of your soul, waiting for you to invite me in to dine with you. In your darkest hour, I will be your light. In your weakest moment, I will be your strength. When the world around you is shouting failure, I will whisper triumph. When you see only a dead end, I will unveil a hidden path. When you feel utterly alone, I will remind you that I am Emmanuel, God with you. Place your faith in me, and let it grow like a mighty tree whose roots reach deep into the soil of my promises. Allow me to prune what needs to be pruned, so that you may bear even more fruit. Fruit that will remain long after fleeting pleasures fade. This pruning might sting in the moment, but it paves the way for lasting growth and abundant blessing. Trust me through every season, whether it is the springtime of new beginnings, the summer of flourishing, the autumn of transitions, or the winter of waiting. Each has its purpose in the grand design. I am the Lord of every season, and I hold you firmly through them all. Now I extend my final invitation in these words. Come, be renewed. Lay aside the weights, the regrets, the fears, and step into the fullness of my grace. Let me fill you to overflowing with my spirit, saturating every corner of your life until you overflow with love, joy, and peace. I am calling you not to a life of shallow comfort, but to a life of true significance, one that echoes through eternity. You do not need to have all the answers. You only need to trust the one who does. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end, and I long to walk with you every step of the way. Take my hand, hold on to my promises, and renew your spirit in the light of my eternal love. With me you will find solace and strength. You will find purpose and peace. Above all, you will discover that my love for you is boundless, unwavering, and forever. Let your heart respond to me now, and you will never be the same.
In the quiet of the night, I hear you call my name. A whisper in the darkness, a love that stays the same. You see the tears I've hidden, the fears I cannot show. Yet in the weight of silence, you're the peace I've come to know. You hold my heart when I am weak. You got me steps when I can't see. No mountain high, no valley deep can steal the love you've poured on me. You are nearer than my heartbeat. every longing. You have known and carried me. When the storm dries all around me, when the night feels dark and cool, I will trust you, I will follow, for your love won't let me go. You have seen my failures, yet you call me by my name. Mercy like a river, washing every trace of shame. You restore the broken, turn the ashes into light. And when I stand before the fire, I know you'll lead me right. You hold my heart when I am weak. You got my steps when I can't see. No mountain high, no valley deep, it's still the love you've poured on me. You are nearer than my heartbeat, closer than the air I breathe. Every sorrow, every longing, you have known and carried me. When the storm dries all around me, when the night feels dark and cold, I will trust you, I will follow, for your love won't let me go. When I stumble, you are faithful. When I'm lost, you light the way. You are strong when I am helpless. Your embrace will never fade. So I lay my burdens down at the feet of perfect love. You are here, my heart is found, safe forever in your When I stumble, you are faithful. When I'm lost, you light the way. You are strong when I am helpless. Your embrace will never fade. So I lay my burdens down at the feet of perfect love. You are here, my heart is found, safe forever in your arms.